DC Studios' upcoming Batman movie, The Brave and the Bold, is slowly starting to come together. While there have been countless rumors over the past few years, most of them have turned out to be false, with DC Studios sticking to its policy of not moving forward on projects until they're completely satisfied with the script. Still, we're finally starting to get a clearer picture of what this new Batman film might look like. The current plan has director Andy Muschietti, known for the It films and The Flash, helming the movie, with Christina Hodson writing the screenplay. The original idea was to introduce Batman alongside his son Damian Wayne as Robin. However, according to James Gunn, those plans have evolved over time, so it's still unclear exactly which version of Robin or Bat Family story we'll get. One thing that now seems pretty certain is that there won't be any merger between the DCU and Matt Reeves' The Batman universe. For a while, some fans hoped Robert Pattinson's Batman could somehow become the DCU's Dark Knight, especially with all the uncertainty surrounding both franchises. But it looks like DC Studios is committed to keeping Reeves' Batman separate while creating an entirely new Batman for the shared DC universe. That might not be a bad thing. Matt Reeves gets to continue telling his darker, grounded Batman stories, while the DCU can explore a more comic book-inspired version of Gotham, complete with the Bat Family, larger-than-life villains, and potentially even supernatural elements. James Gunn has previously mentioned his appreciation for the horror side of Batman comics, and that's sparked a lot of speculation about the direction of the DCU's Batman. Interestingly, the first DCU project set in Batman's world won't even be a Batman movie. It's Clayface, which is reportedly leaning heavily into horror. Considering Muschietti's background with horror films like It, some fans are hoping The Brave and the Bold will embrace a darker, more supernatural tone as well. Of course, fans have also had plenty of fun imagining wild what-if scenarios. One of the biggest fantasies has been bringing back Christian Bale's Batman from the Dark Knight trilogy and reworking that universe into a more comic book-style setting, complete with Damian Wayne, supernatural elements, and a larger Bat Family. But realistically, that's almost certainly never going to happen. Looking ahead, Clayface could end up giving us our first real glimpse at what Gotham City and Batman's corner of the DCU will actually feel like. There's also speculation that The Brave and the Bold could focus heavily on Robin's perspective, whether that's Damian Wayne or even Dick Grayson. Taking that approach could make the movie feel fresh and potentially appeal to a wider family audience, while still delivering the action and emotion Batman fans expect. Now that it's pretty clear that Robert Pattinson won't be playing the DCU's Batman, DC Studios will have to cast a new Dark Knight for The Brave and the Bold. The good news is that there are plenty of actors who could step into the role. One interesting option is Richard Madden. His time in the MCU as Icarus seemed to be a one-and-done appearance after the events of Eternals, and while that's disappointing for Marvel fans, it could open the door for DC Studios to bring him on board. Madden definitely has the classic Bruce Wayne look, and it's easy to picture him wearing the cape and cowl. Beyond that, he's an excellent actor who could bring a confident, commanding presence to Batman. After all, Bruce Wayne is often portrayed as the smartest person in the room and someone who's always thinking several steps ahead, even secretly planning for how to take down his fellow heroes if necessary. He also seems like he could convincingly portray an older, more exhausted Bruce Wayne trying to navigate his complicated relationship with his son. His performances in Eternals, Game of Thrones, and Bodyguard showed that he can handle the darker, more conflicted side of a character, which would fit Batman perfectly. Another actor who has become a major fan favorite for the DCU's Batman is Brandon Sklenar, and it's not hard to see why. He's a talented performer who definitely has the look and presence needed to play both Bruce Wayne and the Dark Knight. Like everyone on this list, he'd be a strong choice for the role, and his work in 1923 has only strengthened that argument. Sklenar's take on Batman would probably feel more in line with the versions portrayed by Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, and Ben Affleck, rather than the younger, more grounded version played by Robert Pattinson. That could be especially important for the DCU, since The Brave and the Bold is expected to feature a more experienced Batman who has already spent years protecting Gotham City and raising a family. The father aspect of the character is particularly important here, and with the right young actor as Damian Wayne, it's easy to imagine Sklenar portraying a Batman who acts as a mentor and father figure not just to Damian, but also to characters like Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon. Another interesting choice is Taron Egerton. Once a popular fan pick for Spider-Man, and more recently Wolverine, there's definitely an appeal to seeing him join the DCU as Batman. The Kingsman: The Secret Service star has consistently proven himself to be a versatile and talented actor, whether through films like Rocketman, the acclaimed series Blackbird, or Netflix's hit thriller Carry On. He's also experienced with action roles, which is obviously a major advantage when it comes to playing Batman. While Egerton and Pattinson are both British actors, they bring very different styles to their performances. If cast, Egerton would likely deliver a version of Batman that feels distinct from Pattinson's portrayal, and could potentially give fans one of the most comic-accurate versions of the Dark Knight the DCU has offered so far. Another strong contender is Luke Evans. Despite having a long and successful career, it's surprising that he hasn't joined either Marvel or DC yet. The DCU's fresh start could be the perfect opportunity to finally bring him into the superhero world. Evans could play a rougher, more hardened version of Batman, someone who has spent years fighting crime and isn't afraid to get his hands dirty. At the same time, it would be interesting to watch that tougher exterior gradually soften as Bruce develops into the caring father that Damian Wayne needs. Looking ahead, it's also pretty easy to imagine Evans sharing the screen with Superman and the rest of the Justice League. Given his talent and versatility, there's no shortage of directions he could take the DCU's Dark Knight. Another fascinating choice is Winston Duke. While he's been a memorable presence as M'Baku in the MCU, many fans feel he deserves an even bigger spotlight, and Batman could provide exactly that opportunity. Unlike many of the other actors being discussed, Duke already has experience playing the Caped Crusader, having voiced Batman in the podcast series Batman Unburied, where he received a lot of praise for his performance. A black Bruce Wayne would also offer a fresh and exciting take on the character while opening the door for a new interpretation of the Bat family. If anyone still has doubts, performances in 9 Days and Us show just how much range Duke brings as an actor. And finally, perhaps the most in-demand fan casting of them all, Jensen Ackles. After making appearances in Smallville, Ackles went on to star in Supernatural for an incredible 15 seasons, becoming synonymous with Dean Winchester. In recent years, however, he's been working to show audiences and Hollywood alike that he has much more to offer. Roles in The Boys and Countdown have helped highlight his range and reminded many fans that he's been an underrated talent for quite some time. Ackles has also been very open about his desire to play Batman. While he's already portrayed the Dark Knight in several animated projects, including Batman: The Long Halloween, making the jump to live action feels like a natural next step. This would undoubtedly be one of those fan-favorite casting choices that instantly excites audiences, and the DCU could certainly benefit from that kind of enthusiasm. DC Studios doesn't necessarily need to focus exclusively on massive A-list stars, something already demonstrated by the casting of David Corenswet as Superman. Ackles has the look, the voice, the acting ability, and the passion for the character to make a compelling Batman on the big screen. And many fans are hoping that James Gunn and Peter Safran see that potential as well. And that's the list. Let me know which actor you'd most like to see play Batman in the DCU's The Brave and the Bold. And don't forget to subscribe, because we'll be covering more DC updates and casting news in the future. See you next time.